I can record it.
Hey, Terry.
There it is.
All right, Terry, cool. Terry, after we're done, just if you need help, there's a Zoom window. When we end the Zoom, a Zoom window will pop up, and it'll say it's converting for download. And then all you do is upload that to YouTube and give us the link just like you'd upload any other video.
Perfect.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Laura. It's great to see you guys. Team, great to be with you guys. I see Terry. I see Angela. Let's see, who else do we have on? I see Morgan. I saw her. Hello, Morgan, again, once again. Everybody's on the move. Chicago, Michigan, Ohio. We're everywhere. And I know we're recording, so just officially for the video, welcome to all of you, team, active world team and above, that really want to be dialed into the Shy 24 project and what we're doing, what we've got going on. We just spent an incredible 4 days together. We're going to do a little post on our launch on 2 events, actually, a Friday night rooftop. Oh, Angela, Terry, guys, overlooking Soldier Field. We were up on the 39th or 32nd floor, something ridiculous. Overlooking Soldier Field, Shed, and Adler Planetarium. The lake is literally like if you're at my house looking at the lake, but it's Lake Michigan, and we're up 30-some floors, branded like a corporate event, DJ in the background with an Herbalife table skirt, appetizers, shakes, tea shots, and that killer sick backdrop, Laura would call it. I learned a new term, Terry, you'd be proud of me. Step and repeat, meaning step your butt up and get out of there and repeat. No, it means the thing repeats, but it's funny. So anyway, you guys saw the cool backdrop, but just an amazing event. I think there were a Zoom or 2 opportunities there. Some of you may have caught those that are catching this now. Of course, some of you guys were there live, like my good buddy Morgan. I got to meet her. I got to meet her lovely mom and hear the story, and then have her mom be with us and participate in the event. She was a registration queen for sure. So some of you guys participated that are catching this either on Zoom or live with us. Some of you guys Zoomed in. Some of you have seen all kinds of stuff over social media. You've talked with me, Laura, Jerry, depending on the team you're in here. So we just talked and we wanted to get together, guys. Laura had some incredible ideas. Jerry had some great contributions. And we just kind of put all of our thoughts in a mix here earlier today. And the first thing we said is we need a little post on what just happened on the Friday night and the Saturday night. For those that were there live, we can just chat a little bit back and forth here real quick, just for a few minutes. And then we've got a few points we want to cover. Jerry's going to cover some cool stuff with you guys. Laura's going to cover some stuff. I'm going to handle a few minutes. And then we've got some time to just throw it to you guys for any questions that you have. So what we'll ask you to do is, I'm sure if you're working a to-do list in your mind, like we are for real, Jerry, Laura, and I these last few days, then I know you probably have some questions. So what we just ask you to do as a group, guys, is, first of all, just save those till we open mic. Probably quite a few of them will be answered, hopefully, if we're on the same page with you. And so you'll have a lot of things checked off, and then anything else you have or questions that might be generated, let's throw them out. So we'll keep it, a little structured, but loose. So you guys will have some time here at the end for sure to get any questions you have answered. Before I kick it over to Laura and Jerry to just jump into this thing, I just want to say to you guys that I've been excited a lot of times in Herbalife. I think I figured out it was my 5th building phase, and we're already in senior executive, the 2 diamond cuts here with Angela and Jay's line. Angela just finished a millionaire team, halfway to, well on her way to 7,500 and then to Prez, and she'll actually be 1 diamond when she hits Prez, because that's Jay, her downline. So just amazing what's going on, and almost 20K. It could happen this month, if not, next month. It's just any time we've got the numbers right, a few more supervisors, a little bit more production, a little bit more impact across the board, and we're there. So just a very exciting time for our group personally, but just for me. I guess it's kind of interesting for me to say, but as the oldest member in terms of time in the saddle here, very odd for me to think that way. But in 21 years, I've been excited about a lot of things. And I've been excited a lot of times, like genuinely. Let's see, Terry, if you're the host, can you mute all the lines, and then I'll just unmute mine? Just because some of the phone lines, if they down. You see where it says mute all, Terry, on participants? maybe we got the problem solved. Terry, you with me, brother? Did you see where you can, hey, there we go. Okay, yeah. Good.
Yeah. I ended up muting all of them, then I muted you.
So go ahead and mute all, and I'll unmute myself.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So guys, Terry just muted you, but if you want to interact, you can just toggle on and off now. So Terry, that's a way, just as you're the host, have a little noise, you can mute everybody individually. We're not locked out. We can take ourselves off. Okay, awesome. So anyway, sorry guys. So, yes, we're going to do a little post here, but we really came together and said, look, who do we want to mastermind with on a, and Laura will lay this out, I believe, on more of a structured way where we can schedule it. We can all come together. Those of you in my team know our mastermind group. All of you guys have successfully and are successfully working in mastermind groups right now, or you wouldn't be where you are. So we've all had experience with this, but we said, look, where do we draw the line in the sand? Because we want to take a higher level group of leadership, and we want to start spitting out tabulator team wide. First New Stones, then Active Worldwide, then Tab wide, then Pres wide, then Pres deep under that wide, and create a super line, 4, 5, 6, 8 presidents team levels, or presidents team members under that Pres team, right? This is ultimately where each line is going, and you're one of those lines, and we're going to help you create those lines, right? So where do we begin that? Where do we set the bar for the Chicago leadership? And it was unanimous when Laura and Jerry and I talked about it that, we're really going to take these 3 separate president's team lines, treat them as one line, meaning Laura will help my guys as much as I will. Okay. And Jerry will help my guys as much as I will. And I'll help Jerry's guys and Laura's guys as much. And you get it. Like it will be, indistinguishable whose line is who in. They don't know. They're just in this team, the Shy 24 movement, these incredible people, right? We've all been a part of that and done that before, small ways, big ways. Some of us are part of it right now and things we're doing. So we're just going to take the same thing. So who do we take it with? And unanimously, it was Active World teaming up. No question about it, because we know what Active World team means. This is the start of a super line. And I've learned that in 21 years. Was my point earlier, is really, if we would have had Active World team in the very beginning when I started, and I look at how I got quickly to Active World team, no such thing, but when I reached that level, and then when I have each person that I've personally helped get to that level, and I look at the super line they are today, or the super line that's beginning to build and bud under my new Active World team wide, got 1 this year so far, 1 more coming up, right? Going for the 3-star deal. So I see the same thing, but now it's more distinguishable because there's an actual pin, and I've learned so much. So I can just tell you guys that there is a huge deal around the Active World team. I still don't think we as a region, or me as an organization, from myself down our team, I still don't even think we're doing right by the position. I know on the Michigan S&P, the Great Lakes S&P, our mastermind groups there, some of you are involved in that real quickly here, and then I'll hand it over to Laura and Jerry. We really are saying we're going to do a better job, and we started with that at LDW for sure, stage full of, new Active World team, right? And we really, really gave them the mic, let them share. And so this is a position that we understand is huge. It really is baby Pres team. It's kind of like, that's catchy. We said that. We joke about it when you hit it, but it is really seriously true, because it's either that person that's going to do it, or because they're Active World team, they've brought us, as Mark Hughes told me, it's not always who you get, it's who they lead you to. And so we know if you're an Active World team, if you guys break out a new Active World, and it's either going to be them or someone that they're going to lead you to in that Active World team foundation that is indeed the foundation of a super line, if we just know how to develop it. And that's kind of the overwhelming theme of tonight's call. So with that, I'll turn it over to my good friends, people that I'm honored to work with, more than work with. I'm honored to call these 2 my friends. I just got done spending 6 days. I was going to say 4, but it was 6 days with these guys, literally getting 2 weeks worth of productivity done. They're two of the most amazing people. It seems that we complement each other so well, all of our different strengths and so forth. So guys, this is the group under Laura, under Jerry, under myself, Active World Team and Up. This is the group. All of you guys can literally, I'm building 3 new stone lines in Chicago over the next 15 to 18 months. You guys can get whatever you want, okay? However you want to play the game. I'm playing it half-time with a full-time mindset. Every 2 weeks going in. You could come in days. You could work from a far remote and come in when you get some things built. We'll help you with your people. Whatever piece you want, you're in the game. You're Active World Teaming Up. And all of this growth, other than frontline to Jerry, myself, and Laura, can be under you. I want you to really grab that. And if you spent 6 days with these two on the ground in this city, where everywhere I go, I'm bumping into people, runners everywhere, cyclists everywhere, fitness everywhere, and no Herbalife. It is the opportunity of a lifetime. I want to turn it over to my good friends, Laura and Jerry, whoever wants to take it first, and we'll kick this agenda.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim. So fired up. And yeah, it was, I was so exhausted in the best way after this weekend, because I really do feel like we did like 7 LDWs back to back, because what we're doing, it's like so much more than events. Like, we're actually laying tracks, like a foundation to build a tab team factory. And like Tim has done, and you guys have seen in Michigan, we have also done in LA, Jerry, myself, Mark and Jill, and all the leaders there. We've been through the same process where the foundation was built, and then all you do is you can get bold, big personalities and you can run them through, and then they can run in their lane and do what they want throughout the city. And that's really what we're creating. It's like we're creating a tab team factory together in an open market. I mean, it's honestly a dream come true for myself. I think it's a dream come true for every single person on this line and every single person that we're going to meet. Like, Jerry and I were talking earlier, and we're like, people are coming out of the woodworks, and it's because we're ready. And, when you're ready and the tracks are built and the confidence is there, the universe is like, okay, you guys are really ready. Here you go. And I know that to be true because people are like bum rushing me. And I know that they are too. Like, even with our Find Your After Challenge, which we're about to recap the details from the past weekend and kind of celebrate and create together as a group. With the posts that went viral, like, it's going. The train has left the station. The first set of tracks have been laid, and the next set is coming. And it's just a really, really exciting time. So I'm excited for everybody that's involved now and everybody that is to be involved. And the number one thing that I know is really important in any relationship, any business, period, besides, core values and the mission, the vision, the core values come first, but second comes communication lines. And so, like Tim said, just to reiterate, for everybody that is working the Chicagoland region, first, we always play Team Herbalife. So the STS structure for any building global expansion team members and up, we have a Chicago Vision team. And we talk on the phone the first Tuesday of the month at 9 p.m. And we also speak usually the Tuesday before the STS, just to solidify lineup, to solidify anything we need in the region, to make sure speakers are ready, just to really put on a really powerful event as a vision team for the region. So you guys can get added to that thread if you're going to be working out of our STS. So that's first. Second would be the production team for the STS. That's all supervisors and above. They are the Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month, and the Wednesday before the STS. They meet at 9 p.m. on a Zoom. We can add you to that thread. And then comes the Chicago Vision team. So Jerry, myself, and Tim, the building presidents team members here in the Shy 24 group that we're creating, we're going to be meeting for 2 hours a week every single Monday. And we would love to meet with the Active World team and above inside of this group every Monday evening from 8 to 9 p.m., at least an hour a week, just so we can consistently be on the same page. We can consistently talk about citywide systems, citywide events, just, again, continue to lay the tracks together so everybody's clear, and so we can take the information and download it to our groups. And then on the fourth Monday of the month, so the final Monday of the month, bring in all of the building members of Chicago to that Zoom. So rather than it being Active World Teaming Up, all building members of Chicago to come together to be on a Zoom together, to talk vision, to talk everything that we have going on in the city, all the tracks that have been laid, the events that are coming up. So the intention of this call tonight, number one, like Tim said, is to celebrate and create our incredible weekend. And it's also to go over what's currently going on in Chicago and how we can work together. So we can go over that agenda. And then it's also to, at the end, do like kind of a question and answer to make sure that to go over the STS. Jerry's going to go over the STS. He's the guest speaker this month, which is absolutely incredible. Like the lineup and the launch that we have is ridiculous. And then just to like collaborate and connect at the end of this call, because I'm sure you guys have really great ideas on how we can make everything more streamlined. So I just would like to start like just celebrating creating from this weekend. I thought Friday night was incredible. Like Tim said, I mean, the venue was epic. I really loved the structure of having people have to confirm. I think it was a really great way to like make sure guests were there on the guest list. I love the content. I think it can be definitely way more streamlined. It was definitely off the cuff, and I think next time around it's going to be super systematic and streamlined. I loved everything about it, and I'm excited to just rotate rooftops and do that all over the city. And then in terms of Saturday, I thought everything went really well. I think just the intensity, the teamwork, everything about the Fit Challenge, I think was just really, really powerful and unifying and exciting. I think everyone that was there just felt something really special the past 2 days. And then from a systems like perspective, something that we discussed that we're working on and we have in the mix and we're really, really excited to, it's coming, is building out a Shy24 website. So Jerry actually went ahead and bought shy24.org. And what we're going to use that for is very similar to the BTC challenge that you guys have going on in Michigan and all over the United States. So we can actually roll these movements into our STS. But we'll build out the shy24.org in a very similar way. So our beautiful photographer, Damien, can take the photos and actually upload them directly to the site for us. And that's a way for us to access all of the befores, all of the afters, do the judging from, have people register from, because what's happening right now is it's viral. Like people are posting their before photos, find your after, I'm committed. And Morgan, she can share what she's doing, just doing such a great job with systematic messages to all the likes and comments, like, how do I join? How do I join? How do I join? But what we would love to have by this weekend or next weekend, we're really going to do the legwork on this, is to have some type of message attached to a website where people can then go, I'm so excited that you want to be on this journey with me. Check out this website so you can join. And they can join the challenge from that website and they can upload their photo. So it can literally all be done in one spot. So that's something that we're working on as we start to actually move this forward. So other than that, I mean, for me, Friday and Saturday, the first go at it was epic. I'm excited to streamline the back end because I know this is going to go, and you guys have had 1,800 registered at your STS. I mean, that's ridiculous. Chicago is an open market. I truly believe we can have 2,000 plus in these challenges, and that can roll right into our STS. I mean, I think the prize pot can be over $2,000. I mean, the prizes we can give away are ridiculous. Like, I truly believe this is a huge way to open Chicago. So that's what I had on the Celebrate and Create, but I'd love to open it up to anyone who was physically here. I know, Morgan, you were here. Even the guys on Zoom, like what you thought. Anthony, you're on the line now. I see your nice before photo on there. That's epic. And I think we have the photographer, Damien, on the line, who's incredible, who's listening in. And Damien, excited to put together a contract. I will call you after this call to talk specifics on logistics of money and finances. But I would love to just have you listen in for now to just see kind of how we're we plan to streamline this process, if that's okay, bud. And I just want to acknowledge you and thank you for all the work you did and all the photos you did this weekend. I mean, honestly, between the Step and Repeat banner, the professional photos, everything, it was just awesome documentation. So I would love to pass it over to anyone. I mean, Jer, if you had feedback, Morgan, Anthony, if you guys had feedback from the weekend, and then Jerry, I can pass it to you to kind of talk about the STS and next steps.
Yeah, I'll jump in here in a minute, but I do want to hear from some of the people that were there.
Yeah, I can share. This weekend was beyond incredible, and it's everything that it for me is what I came into when I started Herbalife. Like that feeling of love, family, heartfelt stories, but yet a movement of fitness and freedom is exactly what everybody left with. I mean, every single person that I had that whether came to Friday's event is like, I see what you guys are up to. Like, I'm ready to go. I didn't quite understand it, but now I do. Everybody that came to the Fit Camp on Saturday, it was just on a whole another level than we ever have before. And literally today, like, I had to stop in the middle of the day and collect myself because my phone and my client's phone and coach's phones are blowing up from this Find Your After challenge, and they're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say. So one of the things that I've really been doing is I have a thread with all of obviously the coaches that are doing Find Your After and giving them very systematic wording of what to say when people respond as coaches, and then also systematic wording of what to give their client to say, because right now they've never had this before. This is the first wave of momentum, and it's literally going viral and going crazy. And I really think we can even leverage Damien's the photo shoot even more, because of course we're not giving away a big prize pot, but we do have an epic photographer that does epic photo shoots, and I've been leveraging that so much, and that's been getting people not only super rallied to be committed to their program, but also really excited to even tell more people about it because it's such a great opportunity. So I just want to thank all of you all for just bringing so much energy and so much love. I can't tell you how excited I am for this collaboration, and I think obviously we'll streamline some things to make it more systematic within the event and the presentation and even set Saturday. But just if this is what we can do off the cuff, it's a wrap what we do when things are even more fine-tuned. So I have nothing but positive feedback for the most part.
I love what you said there, Morgan. Thank you for that. If this is what we do on the cuff, right, or off the cuff, and really there was a lot of planning, but the reality is to start the campaign, if I can just interject between feedback here, not with any of mine, just with a thought on what you said. So the to-do list is like endless, right? And so a lot of work, a lot of moving parts, a lot more people than we can thank, and without eating up the whole call. So lots of people really pitched in and made it happen. But you're right. I mean, from that, when we just fine-tune that model, number one, we'll have a kit and a system to make it all so much easier, transport setup, all that stuff. But also the people will be duplicated, and we won't have to be figuring those things out on the fly that always have to happen that first time, because you can't script it. You know what I mean? You can script everything possible, but then there's always those, what about this? What about that? A million things while you're doing it. And so we went through that for the first time. And so I just think you're right on. It really is impressive to think about, wow, this was our first rodeo. Can you imagine now going forward off of what we learned? It's just going to be, guys, this is why I'm so excited. I've never done anything this cool and worked this hard with this kind of group of people from Jump Street ever in 21 years. And I've done some great stuff and had a lot of fun and, opened up a lot of communities, but I'm just so excited. Thank you for that, Morgan. That was awesome. Who else, guys? Anybody else? Anthony or anybody else have any feedback for us?
Yeah. This is Damien.
Hey, what's going on?
And I just wanted to I just wanted to thank Laura and Morgan for the shout outs today. You guys are awesome. And you guys are very big contributors to this movement. And I definitely see it. I definitely appreciate you guys and all of the knowledge that you're providing for me and for all of the new people that are coming through. So I definitely wanted to point that out. And second, I wanted to piggyback off of Morgan. She approached me with the idea today, and that is an amazing idea. I think we can definitely take the idea of a post photo shoot to the next level. It's one I haven't really seen the advertisement of the prizes of the photo shoot itself. I haven't seen it in social media. I've seen, become a better person or become a stronger person in 60 days or get ready for summer in 60 days. And that's a movement that's done well. But the idea of pushing the post photo shoot is definitely something that I'm attracted to. And the people that I've talked to about it are also attracted to. So one thing I do want to point out is I do have some before and after shots that I can use, but they're of Wes. And I'm putting this out there for you guys. I'm willing to do some photo shoots within the next couple of, I'm going to say Saturday morning or Sunday morning. And then we can use those photos to actually shoot them out there and so people can see what they're going to get. Because none of the people know me. None of the people in the program know me. You guys probably haven't seen my photos. So to put what they're getting out there and to see what it is, the quality that they're going to receive from actually accomplishing the 60-day mission of theirs, then I think that definitely puts some impact on the program.
Hey, Damien, that's really good feedback. What we did out here is we have a challenge going on out here, and what we did is we created a flyer that showed first place was a photo shoot, second place was $500, $350, $250, $100, and we kind of fanned them out into like gift certificate cards. So you could do like Southwest Airlines, or you could do Burke Williams, or you could do Equinox, or Lululemon, or Nike. But over the top of that, if we had like an actual 8 or 10 photos of what a photo shoot would look like what they would be getting as the grand prize, and then the other prizes kind of under that, I think it would go viral. I think it'd be very powerful, just like you were saying.
And I'm willing to jump on that because I agree. And the faster we get that going, especially either before next week or after next week, the faster we get people motivated, and then the longer we keep this momentum, because this is a 60-day marathon for us. We have to keep this momentum going the entire 60 days, because people will get tired 45 days into this challenge. They're going to get tired, and they're going to try to give up. And that's when our job is going to get harder.
Right. So I think, sporadic photos from you throughout the day, like sporadic reminders, like either with like a reminder of this is what you're getting, reminder of like maybe it's like a team photo shoot, like reminder this is what you're going to get. And then maybe it's like we do a fit test in 30 days, so it's keeping them engaged, but little teasers from you on the graphic end throughout the whole challenge.
And that's definitely doable. The only problem that I'm having is finding models that actually do what we do. I can find models that don't. That's strangers off the street. They always want to do photo shoots, but it would be more impactful if we had people who are actually active in Herbalife to actually do the photo shoot. And they have good before photos. If your before photos, looks like you without extra clothes on, then it would be more impactful if you lost a lot of weight, and then you have that before photo, and then you have that very impactful after photo, so that we can show them the before and after.
It's going to be like really so good the second round, because you're going to have so many. This first one is like, we're all, I feel like maybe you use Wes's,
And the thing is, I would love to use Wes's photos, but I think it would be a slap in the face for him, especially because he's not participating.
Okay, well, we can ask him about that.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I second that, Damien, and I definitely wouldn't do that or ask, but I think just to piggyback off the feedback, like I think like everything this weekend was great, but just to kind of jump in, kind of like where we left off with. Do you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so like, well, Damien, what you were saying with like getting getting like pictures of people like models. Like I think that this challenge, number one, I'm not saying that it's a challenge. Number two, I'm saying it's an event. And, you know, I think it's all about the wording. So I think the wording online is key. And I think having some type of structure of how people could be posting, even though that they can post however they like. But I think this is more than the physical, it's everything. So like you can even like shoot someone like, you know, journaling or like going through like this, you know, meditating. Like there's so many, like there's so much to this challenge or this event that is beyond the physical, right? So like how can we encapsulate that?
Yeah, and Anthony, that's definitely something I'm willing to do. The only thing that would need or require is a plan. So we can definitely sit down and I can arrange a meeting with you, Laura, whoever wants to participate in the input section in terms of the photography ideas and the scheduling of the photography. But we would need, you know, a schedule as to what types of photo shoots are you trying to do? And I'm willing to do those. What types of photo shoots, what types of moods, who's going to be participating, who's the model, and then when we're going to do the photos. And that's the only thing that's required for that. And I'm more than willing to sit down and talk about it.
Oh, well, I mean, if you need it, me, Morgan, and Anthony can do it, and Jerry and Tim when they're here.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, let's set something up.
Yeah, like
I like what Anthony's saying. He's kind of saying if we're going to do these photo shoots, you know, shoot our passion. You know, Lululemon does that. Whenever you go into their stores, you'll see, you know, it could be me playing beach volleyball, it could be Laura doing yoga, it could be someone playing basketball or whatever. But I totally get a theme to it as well.
What do I do, Jerry? Do I dress up, do some 24 camo gear in an Insignia AR-15 or what?
Camouflage chaps.
Damien, I showed you my photo shoots, right? It's like that.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, Morgan and I did this, like a whole lifestyle shoot. So we and this is the idea to do it around the city, so we can do it around monuments, so people can see, you know, what you and I talked about in the coffee shop that day, like all those ideas. I love it.
Okay, let's implement it.
Yeah.
Tim, did you and Anthony get a chance to talk today at all?
Not yet. Anthony, I'm going to be hitting you up. I was going to just say it right here. I'm going to be calling you right after we're done here. I've had about a mono with my daughter today, so it's been interesting, but we're good. But it shook up my day. So I'm going to reach out to you, brother, and just I got about 10 minutes with you, and I think you can give me some help.
Okay, great.
We're excited to build out shy24.org to really have a back.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
We're excited to build out shy24.org to have a back-end system to all this.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of the shy24.org, that's a phenomenal idea. I really love that idea. In terms of people actually being able to come on the site and see hundreds of before and after pictures. But if I was a customer, if I was a client that wanted to get my before picture, how would I, you know, some detail as to how I would actually go about doing that should probably be thought about as the customer themselves, you know, having to siphon through all of these photos. I mean, maybe there's a coach page, maybe coaches have their own page, and I'm not entirely sure what provider you're going with, but certain providers actually, you know, certain websites, I don't know if you've probably done this before, but certain websites actually allow you to have profiles. So you can have a profile and then you have a group. So those groups can, you know, every coach has their own group, and then you can see how many participants or how many clients that coach has, like Facebook almost.
Yeah, you could almost like do a Tumblr site or something like that.
Herbalife North America has a social media group. You guys, we're going to have to put our group together that does the same thing, like web and social media and all of that stuff. We're going to need a team of a few people to put all this together because this stuff is important.
Yeah, we're gonna Damien, we're gonna build that out, and it's gonna have exactly that, like a questionnaire, who invited you. It will shoot you to your coach. So for instance, let's just say all your clients posted and you templated what they should post, like, hey, 6 days to find my after, watch me or join me, with the web page, so people can go and that's how they can get started, and it'll have all the details on the site.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna to work out, because this thing, as it gets rolling, it's gonna go. Like, we're gonna have our citywide fit clubs, but this is gonna be something that consistently runs and we can all utilize. So do we want to talk about like our citywide calendar right now and making that and how we can plug people in?
Can I just say something? Can I say something before we go? Because I didn't give any feedback. But I think that Friday night was amazing. I think Saturday night was awesome. I mean, by the time we got to Sunday, and Sunday was even awesome, and having new team members come on out and support, and even old teammates coming out and supporting and just being a part of this movement. And I think we really just get a chance to embrace our city and everything that it has to offer, especially over the next like four months. So I think everything that we're talking about is uber important. I think, in saying all that, I think there are some things, like you said, Laura, I think early, maybe on Friday or like even on Saturday, like we could tune up some of those different things. I think one of the things, I guess, me from a brand perspective, and and I seen like Morgan post hers, and like I wish almost like on Friday night we would almost like walk people through how to actually post. Like, actually, this is hey, take a moment and actually write down like what find your after mean, and actually post that, because I had a lot of people after the event, once we kind of broke up in the event, as we were starting to break down, was like they were saying, well, how do I post? How do I do that thing?
Right.
And I was helping people one-on-one, but now it's almost like Friday night was more so you see like the template right now that people are sharing was from like Friday night. And instead now we have to move to this new look, right? Friday night was all about promoting Saturday, and then Saturday was all about getting the picture and then putting your find your after, post stuff, and then walking people through that. But overall, amazing. I like all the ideas. I like all the brainstorming. I think we definitely shouldn't put too much on our plate to start, but I think we do need to create more energy throughout this thing. And I think when we use words like challenge, when we use words like challenge, like that, I tend to that gets in the way of the bigger picture of what we're doing and what we're here to do. So I think we all get to make it better and work through all those little things. But overall, awesome. Love seeing you, Tim and Jerry. I mean, your energy and just like your leadership. I mean, really look up to you guys, and Laura, you guys like really stepping into that president's team. I've been there, done that, but I don't know everything, but I'm here to collaborate. So love that. Love everything about what we're about to do. So let's get it.
Awesome. And I mean, absolutely. Like, I think our Friday night launch parties, it's interesting because what we wanted to do was, so we'll have a Friday night basically launch party / close. So it'll be recognizing everyone, and it'll be like hype, vision, invite your friends, invite your family, essentially a mega HOM with a shit ton of results and people telling their stories and like really emotional, and launching the winners, and then promoting the next one. But then we promote the launch party on the next Friday night, and inside of that launch party, we get to be very specific about how they post. Like, it's almost like a launch party / training.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like a first steps training. Yeah, I totally agree.
Cool.
Cool. So this week we have Morgan. Your Thursday Thrive Thursday is open citywide, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so do you want to share with them details for Thursday?
Yeah, so this Thursday, I do, it's what's called Thrive Thursday. And it's been pretty much cardio based, but we switched it up. I'm actually having one of my new coaches. She does jump rope, so we're throwing some. Can you guys hear me? It sounds like somebody's.
No, we need everyone to mute out.
Yeah,
everyone needs to mute.
I think it's Damien's line.
Terry, just so you know, you can do that as the host anytime we need to. You just do that. You just repeat what you did before.
I see that. I'm looking at it now. Okay, Morgan, everybody's muted. You can go ahead and talk.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's on Thursday. It's at 7:30. It's open for everyone. It's kind of dance cardio based, but we throw some other things in there too. So we're going to be doing some jump rope. And what I'm really wanting to do specifically this Thursday is almost make it a second extension of Saturday with obviously still enrolling people in the Find Your After campaign. I know Damien is usually there. I was going to talk to you offline, Damien, to see if you were open to taking photos of people that are going to enter there at Thursday, because I want that flow exactly how we had on Saturday to continue. It's just a different style of workout. So that's Thursday at 7:30. And if anybody needs the address, it is 1301 East 47th Street.
Is it $5?
Yeah, first time free, $5 workout. And you can also buy a class pass for $20 for 5 classes.
Do they get shaken tea?
Yes, shaken tea.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then set Saturday. So this Saturday we will essentially do what we did this Saturday. However, it will be just a mega workout. Not just a mega workout, but it will be an epic mega workout. So Morgan, can your DJ come on Saturday?
Yeah, I can definitely ask him. He works every other weekend, so that's what messed up from this past Saturday. But I can ask him. We're supposed to have a conversation because he's really wanting to enroll in our whole mission. So I'm going to have a bigger conversation with him tomorrow about all of that.
Cool. So Mega Fit Club on Saturday, same location, 131 North Ada, West Loop, Chicago. And coaches arrive. And what do we want to do for coaches' arrival?
So yeah, I was going to talk to you offline because I know this Saturday, I know it's our last one, but I won't be there, unfortunately.
Okay. So Morgan and I will do it.
Like 8:30. I mean, that's what we were saying, right?
Okay. 8:30 coaches arrive. 9:30 guests arrive. 9:45. And they can continue to enroll. So a lot of people right now are like getting hit up on social media. They're like, how do I start? How do I start? How do I start? So until we build out this site, what you can do is 2 things. Number 1, if they're local, come on Saturday. Okay, come on Saturday. Take your before photo and bring $30. And we'll bring cash. We're not going to have credit card this time, so cash on Saturday. Then another way you can do it is you can collect the money, and on behalf of them, you can pay for them on Saturday, and they can take your before photo. So I'm having a lot of long distance people hit me up. Like my clients, they want to be a part of it. So they're giving me $30, and they're going to be a part of it. They won't have the professional photo, but hey, why not? Like, be a part of it.
Question with that, Laura, too. So for our remote clients that are wanting to be a part of this, what is then the what is the prize then?
I just think that they are doing, like, my clients just want to do it to do it. Like, they literally are like, they saw everything on Facebook and they're like, Laura, I really want to do that. I mean, unless we want to do a remote prize, you guys.
Maybe not for this one, but I've got some really good ideas for the next one on how we can do both.
Okay.
Laura and Morgan, Jim and I will be coming into town Friday evening. And so we can contribute anything you want for us on Saturday morning. So we can arrive there at 8:30 and you can tell us what you would like for us to do. Help.
So awesome. Great,
Awesome.
Terry.
And we have
Really
an
excited to have
appointment
you
later.
here.
We have an appointment somewhere around the south side of Chicago in the afternoon, and I'm not for sure all about the details yet, but we can get to your place in the morning at least and do that.
Great. Come if you want to help run a station. Awesome.
You just tell me what you need done, and we'll do it.
Great. We'll assign roles at 8:30.
Perfect. I'll be there.
Cool.
Is there parking down in that area? And so, I mean, just so.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Is it free parking or you got to charge for it? Got to have coins or
Free
dollars?
parking.
Free? Hey.
Free parking.
All right, cool. All right, I'll be there.
Yep. Anything else you guys, Morgan, Ant, you can think about for this Saturday?
No, I think
it's just, I just think it's really important that we continue to, like you said, just continue with the same flow. But this weekend is our last weekend indoors. So I think we all need to probably have a conversation about moving and transitioning outdoors. It's going to be a big part of what we do next. So
it'll be the same flow, and we can take the shakes right into the park. Like everything we're doing inside, we just move it to the park, and we can fit 100 people. The only thing I'm thinking about is a permit, like getting a permit, just because I know how big it's going to get this summer.
Yeah.
So, Ant, are you familiar with doing that, or I can look into it?
I know you were mentioning something about that earlier on. I heard about it, but I haven't really looked into it.
Okay.
I did it out here, and it was worth it. Once we did that process, it was like $400 a year, and then they never said another word to us again. But before that point, they were hassling us like crazy, so it's worth looking into.
The thing is, like in Chicago, we actually got away with it, and you can get away with it, but I just really know, Ant, how big we're going to get this summer. Like, it's going to be like Santa Monica Beach.
No, I think that we should. And I mean, we should also think about, well, I think like the South Loop is still like where all the transportation will dump everybody off. But I mean, if we're going to do 100, I'm not sure if that same place, even though I love where we were, but then we all know the others.
North Avenue Beach.
It just doesn't, transportation and parking is expensive over there. So
yeah,
I did it one summer and people, yeah, exactly. We should probably have another discussion.
That's definitely something we're thinking about. So, okay, so let's just like pack Thursday at Morgan's, pack Saturday. Tim, I would love if you could talk about like, really how, it's one thing to be getting people on trials, to be getting customers, to be getting new members. I think we've done a really good job to go out, beat the streets, invite. It's another thing to strategically build leaders. And what we've been doing here is we've been really utilizing the SPS until we've really built these tracks. But what these tracks are doing when used intentionally, and what Jerry, Tim, and myself together collectively are committed to doing, is building that tab team factory, building that leadership grooming structure, that leadership machine where we can just move people up and groom them. And so, Tim, I know you're really, really incredibly passionate about this. If you could talk about that aspect of this.
Awesome. Thanks, Laura. Well, first, I am really passionate about it. I love how you say that. You can feel that from me, Laura, when we discuss it in our masterminds, you and I, Jerry.
I love it. I am too. I mean, my whole thing is building leaders that can do this on their own in any city.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for that. So first I want to start with this, right? I just want us to remember what the heck we're doing here. So this is the original can. Well, actually, this is the second can because the original can was so big, it was like a 90-day supply. And Mark and Herbalife figured out, well, we kind of need a reorder rate a little sooner than every 90 days on a shake mix, right? So this is it right here. So look at the old logo, right? I particularly love the arching R here.
Herbalife.
Vintage, man. Here it is. And Morgan, that's actually Mark Hughes right here. Anthony, that's Mark. Yep. Right here, okay? And Mark said they had to stop putting him on the can because every time he changed girlfriends, they had to recreate the label, okay? And they go, Mark, you're off the can. That's literally a Mark Hughes story. Okay. All right, so true deal. So Laura, thank you so much, and this is exactly right. Hey, Taylor, we just got to watch that background noise, okay? Thank you, son. So my boy's playing here. So Laura's exactly right. There's really three aspects to the business, guys, okay? And if I can give you one thing for kind of the vision of where this structure is going, like why are we really spending a little time here? I've been given 5 minutes to really kind of encapsulate this, but we're going to be visiting this same 5 minutes. And this is kind of like a 5 minutes that gets deeper and deeper the more you study it. And the 5 minutes to kind of crack the egg, if you will, and break open the concept, so we can kind of marinate on this and really work with this as we work in everything that we do. It applies to this deal about building into Saturday, but it's really about gather, sort, develop. So if you can imagine, there's 3 containers or 3 silos, right? And my guys that are on are hearing this, this is, this language, but 3 containers, gather, sort, develop. This is basically the 3 things that we do in the business. But very quickly, we have to ascertain, where do we get the biggest return on investment? And this is the reason, part of the reason is I was able to go from age 23 to, from HMP to age 25, fully qualified mill team, setting the foundation, taking the huge goals off my list for the first time, like retire my mom, and starting the family, and knowing that I was going to be able to be the stay-at-home dad and be present and really start fulfilling on like all the damn flyers and invitations and all the stuff. All the grind, man, it all paid off massive, right? At that moment. And that was about 2 years in. So it was really like 8 back-to-back 90-day plans, none of them perfect, right? Half of them part-time. And so I really got clear in that process. When Jim talked about, it's the same thing I share on the little insights clip, right? That Jim talked about, you guys have all heard it, that conversation of value to the marketplace. And I got clear that my skills, changing my skills, would bring more value. So I looked at these 3 areas, gather, sort, develop, and I quickly assessed where was the major value. So where should I put the most work in? And it was kind of a double-edged sword, because if you don't gather, you have nobody to develop. Or if you gather for a little while, these people matriculate through these 3 silos, and you gather, you sort them, you develop them in each of their respective areas. But then it's over. Then you're done. You've developed them to where they want to be, and now they're doing their own thing. And you look behind you and you go, oh my goodness, I haven't been gathering. You know what I'm saying? So I need a whole new freshman class. So we have to be gathering consistently. We have to be sorting consistently. But write this down. The big money is in the developing. The big money is in the developing. And so when we bring that concept, if we can all agree with that, and this is, Jim Rohn said it multiple ways, the value conversation I referenced earlier. He also said he believed life's highest calling was investing life into life. This is the friendship, relationship, development container that I'm talking about. And we all know that, because all of you guys, Active World Team and Up, just like I know on the President's team, that when you help another human being transform their body, their mind, their bank account, and they give you the feedback, this is the trump card in this business, isn't it? This is our kryptonite in a good way. This is our super juice. This is the thing that eclipses the money. This is why people making crazy money are still doing what we're doing every day and loving it, on their own terms, right? Totally free, work how much, how little, whatever. They don't have to do anything, and they're still doing it. Why? Because there's no paycheck that replicates life into life. There's none, right? So if we want to focus on, all right, we really want to gather, sort, and we'll have other trainings and masterminds and all kinds of stuff on this. But if we want to focus in tonight on the developing and understand that the other 2 must happen for developing to occur. However, developing is our largest return on investment. So let's bring that concept down to our weekly loop in Chicago. So within the next couple days, we'll publish the May Shy 24 calendar. And you'll see on there the things we talked about tonight, mainly the Thursday Thrive, the Saturday, set Saturdays, Mega Fit Club concept, and for May, that'll all start in Grant Park, God willing, right? The weather cooperates. But I'm sure there's a plan B for weather, and we should probably talk about that. But you'll see the schedule. You'll see other things on there, lifestyle events. Okay, these Friday night rooftop things that Laura and Anthony and Jerry and all of us were talking about, some of you participate in. Some of them will be the kickoff of a campaign when it falls on an every 60-day rotation, and we're doing the next Find Your After or whatever we're compelled to call it. But there'll always be something. But there'll be other things on Fridays. There'll be things on Sundays. There'll be races that we put. Is there anything in May that we'll put it on if it's open? So you will have a complete master plan. Okay. So think about the calendar. Think about May for me, right? Week by week. You don't have to get the dates right. Just visualize the calendar with 4 weeks on the screen of your mind, okay? Or look at May if you've got that available to you. Now, here's what I want you to think about. Now, for me, Sunday kicks off my week with my faith and my family, and Monday is the start of my business week. Many of you guys work Sundays, take others days off, whatever. But the concept, though, is my week starts on Sunday. So my picture is Sunday to Saturday, Sunday to Saturday. Some of you maybe Monday to Sunday. However you visualize, just get the calendar in your mind. And in fact, I'm using May, but really we could use any month for what I'm explaining here. But just think about May because it's the next full month. And think about it this way. Whatever the start of your week is, okay, the start of our week, it needs to be like this, how we come out the gate at the beginning of a month. Day one of a month is day one of our week. What do I mean by that? We're playing the game like we've got zeros on the board every Monday. It doesn't matter last week. It doesn't matter. We've got a micro plan for this week. And here's what the plan is. And this involves the gather and sort and develop, but it really focuses on develop. Watch this. So Monday, let's say, you're doing something on Monday, whatever your DMOs are. Think the 3-day, 5-day challenges with the trial packs. A lot of us are doing that. That kicks off on Monday, right? Prep on Sunday, get groups going, and then Monday, here we go. Ideally, right? We could start at any time. But there's other things like you're going to go out and generate X amount of quality contacts on Monday. Okay. Now stay with me on this. I'm not going to stay here very long. This is basic. You all know this, your Active World team, but stay with me here as I close this out. So we got to get the plan done at the beginning of the week fast. If I can share with you guys, move your work. When you go out and beat the streets, you go to the gyms, you go to the sand volleyball courts, you go wherever you go to talk to people, okay? Get that done big at the beginning of the week. Why? Because watch this. Our whole goal, watch this, is to have as many people at Saturday's main event. Watch this. This is Active World teaming up now. And to have those people bring as many guests as possible. It's 2 layers deep. So my goal, Tim Hendricks, I'm telling you what I'm doing and what I have done for 20 some years, right? And getting better hopefully as I go, is my focus, my success marker, my scoreboard is going to come every Saturday night when I do my numbers. Sunday I'm off. Monday I reset the clock. So you do it however, but I wouldn't do it before Saturday. Even if you work Sunday, whatever. But Saturday, when we close the books, the first question is, Tim Hendricks, how many brand new, personally, did you get to Mega Fit Club set Saturday yourself? And I'm going to have a target, and I'm going to write down a hard number and have to look at it. Number 2, how many did those people bring? And my goal for every one I get frontline is to bring 2. Now, one may bring 1, one may bring none, and one may bring 5. I want to average each guy is bringing 2. You guys do whatever you want, okay? This is what Leon Weissbein, one of the highest royalties in the world, I think the brightest mind we have on the distributor side. He talks about a multi-level consumer group. And then we're going to build fire from that, okay? And build super lines from that. So we call it webbing. He calls it multi-level consumer group, whatever. But it's people bringing people, but these guys aren't coaches, but they're bringing people who are bringing people, and none of these guys are coaches yet. It's just going crazy, going viral, but with people, okay? So that's my scoreboard. So what do I mean then? Well, I want to walk into Monday with momentum. I want to walk into Monday with a list of people that I've got to get back to. My social media is blowing up. I've pulled that off. Here's what I got to do. I make my little checklist, and then I met these guys walking Bella, and then, you know what I mean? Here's my list, man. Monday, I got a list of people waiting for me to call. That's what I want. And then I want to get my plan done quickly at the front end of the week, so I have this massive amount of contacts at the front of the week. Why? Okay, here's why. Because I want to tell you the key to having frontline, and the key to having that frontline trust me enough to bring their friends, is going to be how many interactions I have with them, building my friendship and relationship throughout the week, working all the way down to Saturday. Quick example, and I'll pass it to Jerry. He's got some incredible content. If I talk to somebody one time, let's say on Tuesday, right? I'm going to the gym. I don't have my dog, right? It's just me. I'm headed to the gym, and on the way to the gym or right at the gym, I talk to somebody on Monday. And I really maybe touch base with them one time on Messenger or whatever between then, and I get them down to Saturday. If I have 10 people like that, I'm telling you, there will be a small amount that come on Saturday. But if I have momentum at the front of the week and I figure out, okay, using what I do, where I live, my rooftop, my Starbucks, my corner bakery, my gym, my hotel lobby, my whatever, how can I use that plus the community events on that we publish for Shy 24 as a group, as a unit, right, that we're going to put out for May, plus any other things that you might be doing in your yard that are not published to the world that you might want to bring them into. How many times could you touch them, maybe not physically, but physically and digitally? How many times could you touch them between Monday and Friday? The higher that number is, the greater percentage you will have on Saturday, which is the entire point. And they may not bring anybody that first time. Just get them there. Because I guarantee if you get them there once and they sample our community and what we're up to and they feel us really, right? They feel us is what's going to happen. The next Saturday or even sooner than that, the next Thursday at Thrive or whatever, they'll be bringing people to the next thing. Because now they trust us. Now, wow, this is amazing. I want to be part of this, right? So the key, again, 2 key metrics, our royalties will go through the roof because our impact will go through the roof. How many new people do I have at Set Saturday? And how many people are they bringing with them? What do those numbers look like every week? And maybe you don't know a goal for the second one. I would strongly encourage you, just like Extravaganza or an STS or an LDW, how many NFL, how many new front line are we putting on the board? We can go to work with that and get them bringing people if that's not happening the way we want, no problem. But nothing's going to happen unless we get new front line to Saturday. Hopefully what I've given you here is some help to understand, really work this calendar, really work your thinking. You guys are all leaders. You're the future president's team, okay, of this region. Whether you live in Ohio or not, you're a president's team that's going to count Chicago as a reason for why you got that diamond. Because part of that check came from what we're about to go do together. So if we can work smart and we can understand that multiple touches and multiple, they can feel who we are digitally and in person, as I said, the more we can do that up to Saturday, the more will come versus say they'll come. We'll have a much greater attendance ratio. And if we up the attendance ratio and we work together as a group, we will have a much better multi-level consumer group happening because those people will go out of there and they'll tell everybody, just like when you have a great meal, just like when they see a great movie, this will be tapped, they will do it, this thing will go to 200 before we can blink. Now, with that said, I just want to hand it over to someone who you guys know is a really great friend of mine. I respect the hell out of him in business, but and his innovation.
He had to jump off.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right, well.
It's okay.
No problem. You want to cover it?
Yeah,
Tim,
Tim, I just want to really thank you for going through that. I mean, you guys, Tim, that was epic, and it's so true. And webbing and sandwiching is exactly how we're going to grow our consumer groups, and it's exactly how we're going to flow this up. And even just talking like this on this line, I'm really excited for us to create our training structure here in Chicago. And until we have our training structure and really what that looks like, we get to leverage these challenges. We get to leverage Saturday, and we get to leverage our STS. So we are so lucky that May 28th, Jerry is our guest speaker for our STS. So it's perfect. You guys, everything that we're going to build in Chicago together is going to infiltrate the culture of the STS. If not, we're just going to create the whole system. It's just going to work together. So pack it. We have people coming in from out of state to train. So it's going to be like a whole new slew of trainers. Morgan, Jeremy and Nate, they're in town. They're going to be on stage. New 2500 get from California, Stephen Crawford on his actually first cut of mill. He'll be on stage. So it's going to be a really, really awesome STS. Jerry is going to bring it. He's going to bring the vision. He's going to bring the mission. So May 28th is something we can start packing. And in the meantime, like Tim said, let's pack Thrive Thursday with Morgan. Let's pack Saturday. And we really get to lay out just our Shy 24 calendar as a group and just start running this city so we can own our pockets and run that loop together.
Hey, Laura,
So
let me just say something real quick, especially because Jerry isn't here. It's good. It's a good thing. I want you guys to know, like I've really become friends with this man. Okay. So if it wasn't for Herbalife, we never would have met. But maybe to help you, because I looked at the calendar while Laura was speaking, we have 5 weeks. It's kind of crazy. But we have 5 weeks until the STS. This is an eternity. Okay. And I want you guys to understand, just like we went through the touches of a person to develop them from the front of the week to get them to Saturday, we only have a few, like 2 more touches to get a human being before Atlanta or Long Beach. Only 2 in this major way, STS wise, right? We have the May STS and the June STS, and that's it in terms of the big show, where they're really going to hear about extravaganza. They're going to see photos. They're going to hear stories 2 times. Okay. And we have 5 weeks of doing what Laura just had me share, front of the week to Saturday. Repeat 5 times to do that before we get to the STS, where we have Jerry on the 28th there. And I just want you guys to know that Jerry will share his story. Some of you have heard the whole thing. Well, partial, but in the STS version with some of the photos. So you understand Jerry's background, okay? Professional athlete for sure. But I want to tell you guys, when you look at his family, he escaped early death. He escaped prison. He escaped drug addiction. This is where, unfortunately, and I'm not speaking out of turn, Jerry tells this, but I really want you guys to get it, that this guy beat the odds. Okay, and all of us did, right? But it's more than the athlete story. It's more, which is incredible, the pro beach volleyball. How many people can say that? I played pro beach volleyball and I smashed it, right? And he could still smash it. Play with him this summer, okay? He'll be on North Avenue Beach. You guys come down. It'll be part of a loop. But seriously, okay, to really get into telling Jerry's story and to explain that, look, this is a Midwestern boy. Okay, this guy grew up in Michigan, played volleyball like 14 times in Chicago in one summer alone. So he's no stranger to Chicago, but he's one of us. He's a Midwestern guy. And he's gone from this incredibly depressing, lack consciousness upbringing to break out of all that. And who he's become as a human being is represented partially with the President's Team pin. But he's had to become something amazing from where he started. And the odds were certainly stacked against him in so many ways, and many of those he will not share from stage. But I'm telling you, so convey, if you've got anybody that needs to see hope and possibility, as well as see sexy, hip, athletic, all of that. I don't mean Jerry's sexy, but just the whole story. What he was able to do with Laura and others in LA, what we're bringing to Chicago, that whole part. It's a very sexy story. Okay, it's very attractive, but you got to know where he started. Otherwise, where he is really is awesome, but it's not as awesome if you don't really know where his seed was planted and where he began his journey. It's just unbelievable. So just a little pitch for my buddy there. And this is how I'm going to be talking about his story once you get into conversation where that's warranted and you can, tell people a little bit. But guys, we got 5 weeks, to just completely pack this thing. And the good news is it's at the first start of Memorial Day weekend, right? So it's Saturday and then we're done by the afternoon. Everybody has Saturday afternoon, all day Sunday, all day Monday, family, whatever people do, cookouts, lake, beach barbecues, those kind of things. Well, I don't know if we're planning on anything. We'll talk about that, Laura, and would love to talk to you guys after about, would we want to do something if those of us that are in the city for Memorial Day do some type of a thing, whether it's coaches or whether it's, we open it to our guests and stuff as a social event. But if we're going to be around, why not, right? So Laura, back to you. I just wanted to, really give them the clear, 5 weeks of back-to-back, what we just got done talking about, and then also a little more insight on Jerry, just to really capitalize, guys, because after Jerry, not only is May over, but we only have one more time to really bring the impact in June at the STS here locally in Chicago, before the 2 extravaganzas. So don't forget.
If you think about it, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Tim. No, I was really just thinking about it. I'm like, the next 2 months really is going to set up the summer and then 2017. Like the next 2 months is a sprint. And as we're sprinting, we're going to be laying the tracks. So number one, it's going to be a lot of communication between us. So thank you in advance for your flexibility and just being like open to like overly communicate together as a group, and a lot of like forward thinking, like running and laying the tracks, running and laying the tracks, running and laying the tracks, and packing events. Like we get to leverage Thursday, Saturday, STS, Thursday, Saturday, like we leveraging events and start packing extravaganza right now. I love what you said, Tim. Second everything about Jerry. I mean, it's just, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I'm really grateful and honored to be, you know, doing this with you guys, doing this with this team. It's like, it's emotional, it's exciting, it's overwhelming, it's cool. It's going to be a story that we get to tell for the company for a long time. All of us will have our own version of it.
No question, Laura. Amazing. So guys, I mean, the bottom line is we're going to work really hard. We've already got a mastermind set up with Jerry, Laura, and I tomorrow, where we're taking a couple of hours, hour and a half, whatever we're doing. And we've got the calendar. We're going to knock that out. So if there's anything from the group here that's live, probably the recording, it'll be too late. But I think we're complete. Other than Thrive, other than Set Saturday, anything that's open, run it through Laura. Let Laura know if we're forgetting anything here after we get off. If we have we should have said this or that. But again, you're going to see the fitness events. You're going to see some lifestyle events and some different things. And the June calendar will be even bigger. We'll have more areas. We'll have more events happening in those areas. We'll have some joint training opportunities that open up, more lifestyle events that you can invite guests, not just coach, guest, client, VIP client, coach, all that, ambassador, everybody in the whole deal. You'll be able to invite to some of these things, not all, because it'll get crazy big. But in the beginning, it'll be all. So take full advantage of these calendars, and we'll co-create them together. But I think we have enough for May, so that's going to be knocked out, as well as a few other things here that are pressing that we've talked about tonight. So guys, we are on it like crazy. You can count on that. Laura, anything else we want to do tonight?
No, I think it's good. I'll call you after this, and I said, Anthony, you talked about that, but Damien, I'll call you just regarding money for the challenge and really how to start. Like Saturday, do it. Keep them going. They can't say.
All right, great. You were a little broke up there, but we caught it. Anybody else have anything before we go? I know. Oh, Laura, one other quick thing. Are we open? I know it works out with you, Jerry, myself, with our event schedules and so forth, and it works out really well because the three of us are masterminding on Monday. But it seems like we've got probably double the amount of people that are working. Are you open to, I know if we start asking, it's going to take forever, so I don't want to do it right now. But are you open, Laura, to if we have to, changing this call time for this group, Active World Team and Up? Or are you okay with everybody that can get on, gets on, we record it, people can watch it, and they can contribute to the thread back and forth? How do we proceed? I just want to know kind of if this is set so that these guys know next Monday we'll get together. And I just looked, Laura, as I'm speaking and thinking, next Monday is EOM. So I'm not sure if that matters to all of us to be on a call. It's fine for me. I can work around that and before and after, and we've got all kinds of crazy cuts going on. But I think this is super important to advance the momentum. So I'm willing to do it and just work through it like it's any other day. So first, I guess, are we doing a call next week, Laura, with Active World Teaming Up, Shy 24 Builders? And are we open to changing this, looking at it? Or I know we are. I know there's no wrong answer there. But are you thinking, Laura, that we keep it this time and do the recording like we're doing? Or what do we do? I know we just wanted to get moving, and that's why we did this tonight.
I think I'm open to moving as long as it stays consistent, because it's a have consistency. So if this doesn't, fine, but I personally like it.
Okay. So Laura, for some reason, maybe the service where you're at, it's a little choppy. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
Okay.
Can you give me a thumbs up if we're on for next week at the same time? Okay, cool. And then I heard it, we're open if we have to. I got that. So guys, if this time is like either you listening to the recording or you guys live, if this is a real problem and you'll never be able to attend live or something like that, please let Laura, Jerry, myself know. And whatever, we're willing to, work with schedules. Of course, we just liked Monday because it was the start of the week. We knew we were masterminding, and we would love to be able to download any of those thoughts to you guys, get your collaboration, and then roll all week long. So just logically, like it was the best. I realize we're all running events and everything too. That's why I brought it up. So if you do have a major challenge where you think you can't, let me reframe that. If you have a major challenge, I get it, but think about this. Could you watch this? We'll keep it to an hour, or less. We'll get it tight. And so you'll be able to watch it in an hour, and then you'll be able to have live communication through our social media, through the messenger feed with this very group. So I would ask you to think about, if you could do that, could you make this work? And that way we could just keep it as it is. You guys could have the call recorded, Monday night, Tuesday morning, be able to watch it. And again, at the beginning of the week, we're unified, we're communicating, and things are just moving. I'm just trying to keep things with Laura and Jerry really expedient, and all of us are, our time is super valuable. No matter how free we are, we want to, be able to streamline things and work around things. So I guess just kind of take a look at that. But for now, let's plan on meeting up, guys. Same time, 8:00 Central. By the way, Laura, the time she gave tonight for your notes, if you're in Michigan or Ohio, add an hour. Okay. So she said 8:00 on some things. Go back in your notes. Just know, of course, she's Chicago. So just add an hour if you're Eastern. Like I'm Eastern half the time, Central half the time. So I've just got to, configure. So I get it. But make sure you guys do that so you've got your times right. So 8:00 Central, 9:00 Eastern next Monday night, EOM, rock and roll. We'll have an hour of power, and we'll communicate a lot through the thread between now and then. You'll have our schedule. You'll have all that stuff. So guys, we'll have a lot done. Damien will be reaching out to you. Anthony will be reaching out to you. We'll be doing a lot behind the scenes. We'll publish the findings on the thread. Any questions you guys have, use the messenger thread. Just throw stuff out there. And like Laura said, we'll just over communicate to really make sure we're getting every drop of juice out of every day in our normal businesses and personal lives and everything. And then adding this major, project to what we're doing. Okay. So Laura, thank you so much for everything. Such an honor to work with you. And guys, team, man, couldn't do it without you guys. This is going to be the infrastructure. You guys are the future president's team, with the Chicago in your story in a big way. So thank you to you guys. And I'm so honored to work with you as well. And I know I'm speaking for Jerry and Laura too. Cool. We good, Laura? Good team?
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, no problem, man. Hey,
Yeah,
that's a compliment. I appreciate that. All right, Anthony, I'll be reaching out to you, brother.
Do you want to talk? You want to set up the time tomorrow? I just had to finish some stuff. I took a quick little break. Or do you want to?
Is it possible to still talk tonight, Anthony, or are you tapped out?
I just have to get something done for work, and I haven't even left because I waited for this call.
No problem, man. How early can we talk in the morning?
We could talk